What's going on, world? It's your boy, Kuya. This is the NRW Nerds Rule the World. We are now in 2023. And if you've been checking out our YouTube, the whole squad have been delivering their best ofs of the past year, 2022. Shout out to the Checkpoint Squad delivering their top games. Eldon and Brian Saff. Eldon, aka Webster Style. Gotta give him his proper title, Webster Style. And love you, Eldon. Webster Style. And Brian Saff, they delivered on the gaming tip. And then, of course, as you see on the screen right now, the beautiful, the lovely Glenn Lawrence, who levels us up.
Okay, I was scared there for a second.
Gave us his top picks, as well as the hateful that Glenn said about Heather, but still loving. The adorable Heather Hurts. Who also
I'm white, isn't it? It's because I'm white.
Oh my goodness. Hateful. She's not hateful.
I wasn't gonna go there, Heather. You went there. You went there. But I will say I have hate for the both of them.
I'm white. I'm allowed to say it.
But I will say I have hate for the both of them right now. But hate is a strong word. So I'll say some dislike. Because when we recorded their episodes that you see on the channel right now, they took my picks, y'all. So I had to kind of rework my episode of the best of to give you something different. So I'm going to say this at the top. My 3, 2, 1 top 3 for 2022 was first up, my third pick was Prey, which was also Heather's pick. So if you want to hear me talk all about Prey and my love for Prey, check out Heather's video with my love for Prey. Number 2.
We also did a review.
Yeah, we also did a review, and we have Heather's amazing interview with some of the creative talent behind it. Again, some great stuff. Heather also, with all the interviews I did last year, Heather still topped all of our interviews last year with that Prey interview. So shout out to Heather. Anyway, respect. Glenn Lawrence, the lovely Glenn Lawrence. His top film, although it was said when we get to my number 1 pick, our all-around number 1 pick was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is my number 1 pick. But Glenn switched up, which then took away my energy to give you in this pick list. RRR, Rise, Roar, Revolt. Great film, so inspiring, amazingly shot. I'll never forget them opening up these pages to let out these animals towards some people that are not so cool. One of the best shots in the whole film. I'm not trying to spoil it, so that's why I kind of gave you some weird stuff there. But Glenn, as amazing as he is, he obviously has good taste, like I do. RRR, that's my number 2 pick, y'all. And of course, go ahead.
Did y'all see really quick that people are trying to get RR added as a best feature at the Oscars?
They're trying to not let it happen?
No, well, it's international. They don't do international films for the Oscars. They do for the other ones.
That's weird.
Oscars are domestic, so people are like really fighting for it.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
great film. So
international. I'm sorry, all films are international. Like, because they all like their films come over here, our films go over. It's all.
Well, that's the thing. It's our films are the only things that's important, though. We send them up to other people because they deserve our goodness. We don't deserve the other films that come here. Don't deserve the recognition of no matter how wonderful they are.
It's interesting.
So wrong. So 3 was Prey. 2 is RRR. And then, as I said earlier, the number 1 pick that was really the number 1 for all of us is Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you want to hear all of the glorious words that I have for those films, check out that with Heather's picks on her best of 2022 and Glenn's picks. So I'm promoting their stuff right now. So go check out their videos for their best of. But for my best of 2022, I had to dive deep since mine was the last to be recorded right now for y'all. And actually give more of a list and a top 10. So I went back into the list of films. I will say I didn't get a chance because of what we do here, Glenn, Heather, and this is also respect to their videos as well. We all don't have time to see everything. So while these are our picks, please let us know in the comments what we should check out. We didn't see everything. We would love to see more stuff. And by virtue of their doing videos, I know there's stuff that Glenn saw Fableman's. I didn't see Fableman's. Now I'm hungry to see it. Heather didn't see RRR yet. Now she's hungry to see it. So please let us know. But this by no way, takes away anything to any of the cast crew people that have done great films last year. These are just, we're taking from what we did see. And so I just want to just put that out there and show love. So before I get into my picks and how I'm doing it, because again, I gave you my top 3 already. So this is going to be a little bit more interesting for Glenn and Heather. I want to send some shout outs in my honorable mentions, but basically I had to go back to the well because again, they took my top 3. So this is a little bit of what I enjoyed last year. I broke it down to categories. In comic films wise, I'm a big Marvel comic stan, DC stan. One of the biggest surprises, because DC has been terrible. Y'all know that if you watch our reviews. I think DC is whack, but I think there's a bright light with James Gunn now being on the team. The Batman was one of the biggest surprises last year as far as DC films go. So it's easily in my top 10. I wasn't convinced about Pattinson. Heather was all about Pattinson. He proved us all wrong. I still don't think he's Batman, which is crazy.
That's not because he's Bruce Wayne. He's Bruce Wayne. He's not Batman yet.
He's still not my Bruce Wayne, though. He was good in the movie. The movie was good, but I still can't say.
I'm not gonna lie, Heather. He's giving off Robin energy,
right?
Robin energy.
Dick Grayson needed to start somewhere before he became Nightwing.
That is true. That is true.
That is true. Great Nightwing. He would be a dope Nightwing. I'm sorry.
I would actually believe him as Nightwing. I still cannot see him as my Bruce Wayne. I can't.
Yeah. Sorry.
So
sorry.
But the Batman was a surprise, and I enjoyed that film. It's in the top 10, even though I don't see Pat Bat. I don't see it. DC League of Super Pets. I don't know if y'all caught that last year. Great film, great animated film. I hope we get more Super Pets with the new regime with James Gunn, because that was fun. Another creative way to show more of the universe over at DC. So those are 2 pluses on the DC side. Marvel side, one of the films that I was really, really worried about, and we spoke on this throughout the channel, was Black Panther. What are they going to do with the loss of Chadwick? R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. What are they going to do? And man, I cried my ass off throughout the film. I thought they did a phenomenal job to take that loss, turn it into a film, while also still being a comics film, and just speak on so many things. Bravo to the entire team, cast, crew. Just amazing project. One of the best comic films. My favorite Marvel film last year. I'll say that. My favorite Marvel film of all of last year.
Okay.
On the horror side of things, I enjoyed X, Barbarian, Hellraiser, and Run Sweetheart Run. Those are some great films that dropped last year on the horror side. Another thing that I loved last year was the female representation. Last year, women are rising up. We're changing the world, y'all. Turning Red was an amazing animated film last year. Another way to talk about getting your period with your daughter, which is what was a good way to kind of interact. And then for my wife and I to just talk about that kind of female activity happening. And what that says.
Activity. Can you tell me that a male is talking about this?
Yeah, right. Yeah, activities. These. See, again, Heather. This is why I love Heather. But such a great film. We got Turning Red. We got The Woman King. That was phenomenal. Emily the Criminal. Shout out to Aubrey Plaza. A lot of people don't have this on their radar. Emily the Criminal, great film. The 355 earlier in the year had an amazing cast of females. I'm forgetting everybody at the moment, but great women-led film, heist film. And The Fallout, which was on HBO Max. Jenna Ortega. Y'all, everybody's now all Jenna Ortega this, Ortega that, because of Wednesday, which is another great series. But man, did I fall in love with this young actress in The Fallout. That is now available on HBO Max. You can go check that out. Dealing with the aftermath of a school shooting and how wild the things on cinema can also relate to real life. My daughter experienced the same issue last year. So it was healing in a way for me, and to understand things in conversations because of what can happen after a school shooting. So some great women-led films last year. I also want to spotlight some LGBTQIA films that I really enjoyed last year. Fire Island on Hulu, and Marion Gay, a recent holiday film that I got to enjoy and watch, and speak with the cast and crew on that. And couldn't make the Fire Island thing, but that was supposed to happen too. But I love that. And then there's other series, I think, and I think we'll talk about that when I get to my streaming stuff, that just representation this past year just had me smiling. I'm loving where cinema and Hollywood is going. Just really well done. Holiday films that are now classics to me that I will be putting in my rotation on for the holidays. Violent Night, y'all. I can't talk about that enough. I'm not going to spoil it because I know Heather hasn't watched it yet. And Glenn, you haven't seen that yet, right?
I actually did see it, and I fell asleep a little bit because I was watching it late.
Oh,
so I need to revisit it.
Okay, man, yes, go see that, and A Christmas Karen. That was a pleasant surprise for both me and Heather. I know Glenn now has a link, so he'll be able to check that out. But
I saw
those two films I'm adding to my rotation. Glenn, so we haven't heard feedback yet on you.
It was all right. I was like, this is all right. It was fine. It was all right.
It was interesting. It was, to me, it was triggering, but so triggering that it was good.
It was triggering to the point that I got annoyed. So it didn't allow me to enjoy it. I was annoyed.
Oh, really? I feel that. But I think that's what then when I realized it, they did their job.
That's what they were doing on purpose. They were doing it on purpose.
Yeah. Because it's supposed to be A Christmas Karen. So that's added to my holiday rotation. Some surprises last year, Top Gun Maverick, where the three of us were able to go see that in advance and check that out. Will that formula hold up? The pushbacks on that film hold up? And I think all three of us were like ready to. I know I was driving fast on the way home from that screening. I thought I was pleasantly surprised. Really enjoyed that film.
Solid. Very solid.
Top Gun Maverick. I put this in the surprises as well. Weird Al.
Weird Al was a fun film last year. Yeah, Weird looks so good.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Oh, so you haven't seen it yet? Okay. Daniel Radcliffe, Weird Al. I put in a surprise because I wasn't sure if people were going to connect with Weird Al that aren't like mine and Glenn's age, because we grew up with that in the 80s. So, but it connected. I saw a lot of positive word about Weird Al, and it was a great film. So that's in there. So now I'm going to put a focus on films that I think people aren't checking out a lot. Actually, I forgot one more category. I'm sorry. My Eat the Rich category, and two of the films that are in my spotlights you're gonna see when I get into it. But in Eat the Rich is Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. You'll see why, and if you've seen Glass Onion, you'll understand. But I'll break it down when I get to, because I put two of the Eat the Rich in my spotlights that I want people to check out this year. So there's that. Also honorable mentions also to Clerks 3 that I actually watched last night, thinking it might be in my top. It's in my listing, but it's not one of the greatest. But it was a good film. It also made me cry. Clerks 3.
Nice.
So I need to get to the trailer, so I know Heather and Glenn are like, when is it getting to this?
No, these are a lot of honorable mentions, bro.
Hey, but y'all made me do homework because y'all took away all the goodness. So I just wanted to show some love.
Take the blame. We'll take the blame. We switched it up on you. There was a cascading effect of like picks. You know what I mean? Like I had to change. So I had to change it up. And then...
All right.
Actually, so I was always.
So again, y'all know my number 3-2-1, but these are films I think deserve attention that are in my top films of the year. The first one, I have a personal connection to it as a prior service guy. Very important, and just I think again, these films I think people need to see, and I don't think they've gotten enough light. So I want to bring it to people's attention. First up, Breaking. Let's check this out.
Oh, nice.
Leave right now. The guy in the gray hoodie is robbing the bank.
Who's in charge here?
Well, she is, but we're both.
I'm the manager. Estelle Valerie.
Still, once they leave, you lock the front and back doors, you understand me? You lock them all.
Got the FBI, the GBI, everybody here.
Oh man, this is like the last door.
I'm sorry, okay?
This is Sergeant Bernard. Is everyone all right in there?
As long as everybody stays calm, nobody gets hurt. I have a bomb, and I'm gonna kill myself and everybody in here. My demands, and I'm
Hey there, this is the Windy Hills Wells Fargo.
Yes, ma'am. This is the Wells Fargo.
Yeah, I need to talk to Bridget about my 401k. I think she made a $9,000 mistake.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. Can I take a message for you? I made it. The VA stole my disability check from me.
I've had some problems with veteran affairs myself. How about you release one of those ladies?
No. I need everybody to see what's happening here. I need the fire trucks. I need the news cameras.
You have my undivided attention.
I don't want the banks money.
We're gonna work this out, brother to brother.
I do not have as much time as you think I do.
Snipers are in place.
Coming through, coming through.
Get the blinds.
Get the lights! What do I need to do to get the attention that I need right now?
Everything you say, everything you do, it matters.
You matter. All you got to do now is just make good, Brian. Just make good.
You ever been robbed before?
Once.
How'd it end?
There we go.
Oh man,
Michael K. Williams, John Boyega, an amazing cast. So I was supposed to talk to John last year, but the interview fell through. But they did give me the screener to check out, and it touched me, man. Because being a prior service guy, living in the DC area, you can't feel. I'm an empath, y'all know that. But you can't be in it but you can't you can't help but turn into an activist when you're an empath and live in this area. So, military rights, the rights of servicemen, and just everything they go through. And I have a wife that works in the military nonprofit. But yeah, the film affected me. I wish that John Boyega conversation could have happened. But Michael K. Williams, I had the honor of working with him when I was on The Wire. Sad to see that brother. We lost him. But one of his final films, but just an amazing film that I want more people to see. So if y'all haven't seen it yet, I strongly suggest y'all checking out Breaking. Just a powerful film and raises awareness of just an issue that, about our servicemen that go through a lot and sacrifice so much, and still the character that John Boyega plays, that family still hasn't received their compensation for the man that they portrayed in that film that lost it all, did all that, and he just wanted his fair share back that he worked and was owed. It's such a sad story. Thoughts, guys? Heather, have y'all had a chance to see this, or are y'all interested in checking out Breaking?
You sent me the screener. I was supposed to watch it, and I missed it because of work, which is really disappointing. I did try and catch it. I think it's on. I can't remember where it's on streaming, but it's streaming. And every time I start it, it's one of those movies that
it's a hard film. I'm not gonna lie.
It's one of those movies you need to sit down and you need to watch. It's not like a background movie. It's not like you if you stop watching it, you'll miss something. And it's a really important story to tell. You and I have talked, I think, about the movie like 2 or 3 times in like one of our in the weeklies. It's I've never stood on a soapbox ever in this channel. It's never happened once. And I think that it did not happen in like 3 episodes where we talked about it. So like, even as someone who hasn't seen it, you need to watch it. These are stories that need to be seen, need to be explained, need to be exposed. And the only way for us to learn about them is often through a film, through storytelling that makes it bigger and gives it some fantastical element to it to kind of make it digestible for a more open audience. So
gotcha.
No, I have not seen this. I heard the name of the film, but I had not seen the trailer either. So seeing the trailer is very riveting. I have my stepdad was dealing with the whole, situation, and VA lost records and all this craziness that, we won't get into here or whatever. So this is just like very, touching and a little bit jarring, hits close to home. But I want to check it out. But I feel like I gotta mentally and emotionally prepare for it, man. Mindset. As I've gotten older, it's harder for me to just take in movies without actually being like, jostled emotionally by them. So, but this looks good. It has my peoples in it. John Boyega, Michael K. Williams, R.I.P. Of course. What's the young lady's name?
Yeah, I forgot the other female actresses.
Let me. I'll
There's
tell you.
it's got an entire, like, the list
Yeah.
is, there's names in it.
Yeah.
And they would not put money down on, if it wasn't a story worth being told, they wouldn't put the money down that they did. There
Yeah.
are serious names tied to the film, and it's on purpose. And
I think it's Selena's Leva.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. She's always great in everything she does.
Yeah.
Underrated actress. She's great. She's always awesome.
So I just want to add, yes, this is a hard film to watch. It's a triggering film to watch, and it's, especially if you have family or can relate to any of these situations. Just like it's why I watched Emancipation recently with Will Smith. It's hard, and having my wife who's African American, Glenn, I'm sure you feel the same way. Just where it's hard to see Black pain a lot, and that's all it seems to be. Films that they want to make, for me,
a lot of times.
When we did our Avatar conversation, Heather and I, we're talking Blue Aliens, but I was like, that's the Asian American Pacific Islander story right there that I'll never see, but they'll tell it through a fucking alien,
right?
And it's triggering. But if you can find the time, I think it's important that these films get watched in certain degrees to understand the plights. If you're not, and I just think the people, these films need to be seen so that way we can prevent these things from happening in the future. I'm gonna leave it like that. But I know it's hard, and I feel everybody. I was forced to watch it because of this channel, and I wanted to talk to John Boyega, but I'm happy I did, and it's so important, and it just reignites the flame. I know for me, like when something happens, like I'm gonna be up there first one with a sign in my hand saying "fuck the police" or whatever, because things are just just the world is fucked up, and we got to speak out on things. We just can't let things pass us by. I'm gonna leave it like that. So with that being said, as I gave you the Eat the Rich category earlier, here's where now I break into the Eat the Rich spotlights of films that I think people should check out. This film is now available on HBO Max. I saw it over the weekend, the holiday break with my mother. I'm a big foodie, y'all. You need to eat it up over on HBO Max right now with the menu. Let's check this out.
I don't know if I'd invite my mother to watch this with me.
Easily. 12 customers total.
Oh, you can watch this with your moms.
$12.50 a head, that's how.
What are we eating, a Rolex?
Nice.
It's one of his classics. You have to try the mouthfeel of the mignonette.
Please don't say mouthful.
Tonight will be madness.
Welcome.
Madness, huh?
We'll endeavor to make your evening as pleasant as possible.
Welcome to Hawthorne.
Here we are family. We harvest, we ferment, we gel.
We gel.
We gel.
He's not just a chef, he's a storyteller. The game is trying to guess what the overarching theme of the entire meal is going to be. You won't know till the end.
Who are you?
I am Margot. Why do you care?
I have to know if you're with us or with them. This menu,
The pictures, they're of us.
this guest list. How do they get these?
It's not good.
This entire evening.
Jesus Christ. This is just theater. It's stagecraft.
We're leaving now. Has been painstakingly planned.
This is real, isn't it?
What the hell is going on?
We now offer you a 45-second head start. Okay, 45 seconds starts now.
This is what you're paying for.
Get out of my way.
It's all part of the menu.
It's okay.
No, we're gonna die tonight.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
You told him it was my birthday?
Seemed funny about 3 hours ago.
All right, y'all.
Okay, huh? Okay.
The menu. If you're an artist, if you're creative, I think this film is going to speak to you. If you're not either of those things, I think you'll still enjoy this film because it's a great mystery thriller. Such a great ensemble cast. I now know more people are going to see it because it's now available on HBO Max. It's out of the theaters, but There wasn't a lot of buzz at first, I thought. So now that it's available on HBO Max, I hope you all check it out. Glenn, you're an artist, creative. I think you're gonna really feel this film. What do you think of that trailer?
I actually I wanted to see this movie. I'm actually upset that I saw this trailer because it showed me too much of like what I suspected of it. You know what I mean? So it's I wanted that to unfold as I'm watching it, as opposed to like kind of see it in the trailer. But they do that usually when a movie is coming out. They won't give you a lot, and then once it's done its run, you should have went to the theater. I get it. It's my fault. Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry, Glenn.
No. I do want to see it though. I want to check it out. It looks like it's going to be good. It looks very suspenseful. It looks dramatic. And then when I was looking it up, it said it was a comedy. So I was like, oh, let me check this out. And it does seem kind of humorous, like how they put it all together. I definitely want to check it out. I like this pick. I like where you're going with this. I want to see this.
Okay. There's comedic elements, but it's more so a thriller. But it's really, I definitely think it speaks to the inner creative. And again, also, I put this in my category, Eat the Rich.
Okay.
So
cool.
Think about that and just how that is with art and what we do.
Yeah.
Heather, with all that being said, you're very familiar with this world and what we do, and you're a consumer of this. What do you think of the menu?
It was a very good film. Not my top 10, I don't think.
Oh,
but it is a good thriller. I do kind of see where the comedy is. It's kind of like a darker version of like a Knives Out, where you have this fun thriller that has some really good elements of comedy, and some really good reflection elements that are based in humor. It was one of those movies for me that tried to use its stake with names over the quality of the film.
Really?
I felt like it lagged a lot, but that doesn't, I'm not saying it's a bad film. I'm just saying that it's kind of just not in my top 10, but it was definitely worth, if I wouldn't watch it while you're eating.
Interesting.
That's interesting too. I thought it was really well written, and I want to sample all the foods, but just like the nuances and the tiebacks to other things, to like as a creative.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel that.
It was an incredibly, once again, one of the great things about movies is that it gives you a passion to watch things, it gives you a passion to create. This is definitely an interesting film, and if you are creative, you're going to love a fun creative film. So,
and I think again, because like I said, the Eat the Rich category, what it says about the world and how we consume art and all that. It's all of that just was so thought provoking. So okay, love that. Thank you, Heather. Glad that you saw it. Glenn, I'm curious when you check it out so we can have convos on it. Again,
it's on HBO Max?
HBO Max, brother. So you can watch that tonight.
As soon as we click off this, I'll probably go watch it.
All right. So continuing on Eat the Rich, another spotlight that I don't think enough people are seeing, that people should check out. Triangle of Sadness. Check this out, y'all.
So, is this runway casting for a grumpy brand or a smiley brand?
So it's a grumpy brand, yeah?
Congratulations! Show me that Balenciaga look. Suddenly I'm dressed in something way less expensive. It's H&M! Yay! Balenciaga! And H&M! Balenciaga! And H&M!
You looks paid for the tickets. Not bad, huh?
So what do you do?
I sell shit.
The success of a luxury cruise mainly depends on you. I don't want to hear anybody saying no. It's always, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
I command you, enjoy the moment.
No.
No?
No.
What? You say no to me?
No.
Oh, so it's yes?
Yeah, no.
Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Yes! The sails. Do you think it's possible to wash them?
I don't think that's possible, ma'am, because this is a motorized vessel.
Yeah.
So we don't have any sails.
It was sails. Yes.
Well then, in that case, we will clean the sails.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Great.
To love. A Russian capitalist and an American communist.
On a $250 million luxury yacht.
The ship is going under.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just the song, but for everyone.
This is really bad. This is really, really bad.
There we go, y'all. Triangle of Sadness. I'm sure it was radar, but needs to be on your radar. Glenn, what do you think of that trailer?
You know, very interesting. Like, I didn't realize that this existed, and now that it's across my desk, I want to see that. I'm very intrigued. It looks interesting. It looks funny, and it also like I don't know what happens. I don't know how it unfolds, but maybe it's just. I hope it's not my sixth sense of humor. It's like, oh, this looks like it'll be funny, a funny movie, and then it turns out to be like really, really sad. I know that they were talking about like Balenciaga in there, and I was just like, oh, because the whole scandal with their clothing line and all the stuff that they have done or whatever. So I thought it was going to go that route. I'm not sure if in the movie it does like talk about that or deal with that at all. But it was just interesting that it was in this thing. So very cool, very interesting pick, Kuya P. It makes me kind of go raise an eyebrow. Like, okay, Kuya P.
That's because of y'all taking away everything yesterday. I wanted to spotlight films that y'all might not have noticed, and I think definitely deserve attention.
After these two picks, though, I don't know if I'm coming over for dinner because I'm like, Kuya P might have some tricks up his sleeve, Heather, if he invites us over. Y'all want to take my picks away?
I ain't rich, so I ain't worried about it.
No, for taking his picks away. You might.
Oh no, nah. Nah,
Heather, what do you think?
He pretends that he's not happy, that he's unhappy that he has to pick these, but you know that he was ready to pick these.
He was ready. He came up with it pretty quick, bro. So these seem like they were loaded up. They were in the sleeve.
I'm ready for conversations about both these films. Like,
okay,
yeah, because there was when you see them, you'll know what I'm talking about. Heather, what do you think about this? Was this on your radar at all?
It was not. I will also say that I probably will never watch it comfortably. I have incredibly bad motion sickness, so just watching that trailer.
Oh yeah, that particular scene is very. Yeah, if you have motion sickness, that will probably fuck you up a little bit. So I'd skip for like 10 minutes. It's like that's a good 5 to 10 minute sequence, and it reminded me of my service in the Navy.
Oh damn! Is that really how it is? How
oh my gosh! Oh yeah, and you get accustomed to it, and you get they're quote unquote sea legs. Like you learn how to walk on the ceiling at times, or not ceiling, but the side of the wall.
So were you at deep sea? Like
bro, I was on a small ship. You felt everything, and you get used to it.
But you were out in the ocean.
Oh, bro, yes,
deep in the ocean,
the Atlantic.
Okay,
yeah, dude, on a small boat, and you feel every bit of a wave.
Okay, damn.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is triggering to people that have motion sickness. So you may want to skip like the certain 10 minutes, but I think again, I put this in the Eat the Rich category. Like this film talks on how like the world and cultural and you saw in the takedown of the rich.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that it talks on that just we need to have more of these conversations on how there's classism is such a bigger thing in a lot of ways than racism in different ways,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in other countries, class, it's all about class. It has a hierarchy.
It's a lot about class.
yeah. So
yeah.
I would love for y'all to check this out if you have time. I bought the film. It's in my movie anywhere. I actually had heard a lot about it. Some other podcasts that I listened to spoke so highly of it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy the film, and yeah, I wasn't upset. And then there's some Filipino actors in it that are getting nominated too, which I was happy to see because I'm a proud Filipino American. But yeah, it's an amazing film, man, that is gonna spark conversation. So definitely y'all check that out. And yeah, if y'all want my movie pass, well, I'm not saying that movies, but Heather, Glenn, I got you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like it.
those are again films that I think should be on your radar. Again, 3-2-1 was Prey, RRR, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. But before I leave out of everything, there is a bigger film that really personally affected me last year that I can't not include in my best of 2022 before we sign off.
What is it?
It's called
What is it? We know exactly what it is.
If you're tuning in the channel, y'all know what I was busy with. So
what is
this
it?
out real quick.
What is it?
All my sexy panors and panais.
I will say this film came out 3 years ago.
Over 60%
I
of the
saw it
population
in
is Filipino.
2018, 2019
before
it's dropped. But because it got a national release this year or last year,
everyone is talking about.
that's why I'm including it.
It's lumpia, the Filipino egg roll. The motives of the lumpia man are still unknown.
Your man knows we're selling out Fogtown High.
What I tell you about these kids? Love that and love that.
Your sniper took down the mayor as planned.
My henchmen are trained to be 100% efficient.
Is that the egg roll man?
No, it ain't him.
Go! Hey, you can't eat that.
Oh man, this is wild.
Now's not the time to change the plan. What plan?
What the?
Please tell me you're a good guy.
It's too Filipino.
It's like soy sauce and salsa getting ready.
All merged together in harmony. Screw your mama's wedding. Fight the bully. You're all wrong. It's all because of this damn lumpia man.
No more. Fogtown will remember me, Taquito Boy.
All right. I had to show it love, y'all. I know. Heather's like, really? But I had to.
I'm not hating, yo. Shameless promotion. You deserve it.
No, it's promote. We just have every reason to make fun of you for the shameless promotion. We are proud of you, though, man. We are so proud of you. We are so proud of your team, the teams you work with, and we are excited for your future, though. So we're going to make fun of you because we love you.
Thank you.
I was in the building for when it came out in theaters with you when you did it on the East Coast tour. Man, that movie is something else. It was fun. It's it's super creative. I love the way it was executed. I just like everything that they put in there and just the thought that they put into it, just to have a super fun movie that you can go take your family to and just be like, yo, we did this. We made something. We made fun. We had fun, and we're gonna do it again. We're sequel,
yeah.
And now they're gonna do it a third time, and then hopefully fourth, fifth, and it's just like an ongoing thing. Like, yo, that new Lupia, when's that dropping? It's great, and it touches a special spot in me because I had a lot of Filipino friends when I was coming up, living out in California, and that Lupia was it's major, bro. So when like I feel like when you say Lumpia, some people you expect to not have any idea what it is, and I'm like, nah, I know. I'm coming through, bro, because I got peoples, man. Lumpia was it. Yeah, we used to get down on the Lupia. So
I appreciate that. So yeah, shameless plug, I know, but Lumpia is going to be with this team for a long time, as y'all know, because we announced at San Diego Comic-Con this past year. We're doing a third that Glenn also said. I'm working on the comic, and I'll be in Tide producing, writing, and acting in the third one. So I can't wait for what the future is going to hold. But man, there you go. Those are my picks, y'all.
Again, in the next one, can we have in the next Lumpia? Can there be like a Black Panther type protector character who like fries chicken and then just like ninja style like sneaks it in there? People.
Glenn, you know I'm down for you to ride with me, bro. We can make shit happen. We can talk spin-offs and collaborations, whether it be in the comic book or the film. We can talk on it. We can talk on it.
I love it, man. We definitely need to chat about it, bro. But congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. So there you go. Those are my picks, best of 2022. Because Glenn and Heather stole all the greatness. Again, 3, 2, 1, Prey, RRR, and Everything Everywhere All at Once were my top 3. But here's some films that I hope you all check out. I gave you a bunch of different categories. Please go check it out. And if you get a chance and Lumpia gets back into theaters, go check out that too. I'd appreciate it. But before we get out of here, Heather, how can the people holler at you, talk to you, and chat all the things with you at the NRW?
You can follow me at Nerd is a Heather on Twitter, at Heather is a Nerd on TikTok, Instagram, TikTok, Instagram, and Hive. There we go. All the things.
Nice.
Thank you, Heather. And Glenn, how can they level up?
You can always find me at levelupcomedy.com. Also, Glenn Levels Up on Twitter and Glenn Lawrence Comedy on Facebook and IG.
There we go. And for me, it's the Legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. And Hive, can't forget Hive now. And of course, here with Glenn and Heather and the whole squad at the NRW and Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Looking forward to 2023 and everything that will bring y'all. See y'all till next time.